One of them can punch through a mountain. The other one is a teenage girl holding a sword she barely knows how to swing. This fight should not be possible. But a broken piece of alien tech is about to drag both of them into the same war. And only one of them is about to lose control of her own power. Let's find out who really wins. Kara is flying through space, chasing a cracked Kryptonian relic. It should not even work anymore. But it just did something no Kryptonian tech is supposed to do. It tore a hole straight through time. She hits the hole at full speed. When she comes out the other side, there are no satellites, no cities, just smoke on the horizon and torches instead of streetlights. She has landed in the middle of a real war, hundreds of years back. The relic landed nearby too, and it is already messing with her mind, quietly, saving its first move for later. A raiding party tears through a village outside Orléans. Kara does not stop to ask what year it is. She jumps between a burning cart and a group of children. She catches an arrow with her bare hand. She throws a soldier 30 feet into a haystack. To her, this is a rescue. To the people watching, it is something else. A woman who eats arrows for breakfast does not look like a hero in 1429. She looks like a bad omen. Nobody trusts a bad omen. By morning, the story has changed 3 times. Each version makes her sound more dangerous. Word reaches Joan's camp fast, and that matters more than it sounds. Joan already knows what it feels like to be the strange one. She is 17. She hears voices nobody else can hear. Half her own army calls those voices a miracle. The other half is not sure. So when a stranger falls out of the sky, Joan does not laugh it off. She has spent a year learning how fast a miracle turns into a threat. She is already halfway to believing the worst. Here is what nobody in this war knows yet. That relic was built a long time ago, on Kara's home planet, to crush rebellions before they could even start. It does not invent fear from nothing. It takes a person's worst memory and makes it feel like it is happening right now. For Joan, it shows a woman from the sky burning her own villages. For Kara, it shows something worse. Her home planet, dying all over again. And this time it looks a lot like the country she just landed in. 2 women, 2 fake nightmares. 1 war neither of them started. Joan finds her near the siege lines outside Orléans and does not hesitate. She rides straight up to a woman who shrugs off arrows, sword drawn, and orders her to leave France. It is the most outmatched threat ever made on a battlefield. And for 1 second, it actually works. Kara is mid-flashback, watching her dead planet burn again, and barely hears the warning. That 1 second is the only opening Joan needed. She knows she won't get another one. 1 mistake now and this whole war ends before it even gets the chance to start. While the 2 of them circle each other, someone else is watching from a safe distance. He understands exactly what is happening here. A warlord, pulled from his own time, has tested this exact relic on smaller wars for centuries. He has waited for the right moment. Orléans is his masterpiece. He does not want to beat Joan's army. He wants it to tear itself apart from the inside, using fear of the woman who came here to help. Neither woman knows he exists yet. The fight they're about to have was never really theirs. Joan strikes first. Her crossbowman aims straight at Kara's face, betting that even an unbeatable target flinches from something at her eyes. Smart thinking, completely useless. Kara's body burns with energy from an alien sun, building an invisible shield just outside her skin. There's no pain signal to send. The arrows scatter off her like rain on glass. Then comes fire. Joan's engineers flood part of the river with oil and light it the second Kara flies low overhead. Flames roar up, tall enough to see from the city walls. For 1 second, it looks like it's working. It isn't. The fire splits around her like she is a rock sitting in a stream, and she walks out the other side, annoyed and untouched. Then comes the wall of bodies. 3 companies surround her, betting enough soldiers can pin down anything. Kara does not even brace herself. She stands still, and the ring cannot move her an inch. Then comes the trap nobody saw, the cruelest trick yet. A hidden pit, lined with sharp stakes, dug under the spot Kara keeps landing on. She drops in mid-flight, distracted by another flash of her dying planet. And this time, the stakes actually cut her. For 1 second, Joan thinks she has finally found the answer. She hasn't. The wound seals shut in seconds under the sunlight. The damage is real. It just doesn't last long enough to matter. Joan is out of moves. And that is exactly when the real danger shows up. It does not come from her. The relic stops holding back. The visions of a dying planet hit harder and faster, stacking up until Kara can't keep her power steady. Her eyes flare before she even decides to use them. A blast she never meant to fire rips across the siege wall, missing soldiers by feet instead of inches. For the first time today, she's scaring people on purpose, and for the first time she's scaring herself too. This is the only thing in the whole fight that works, and it isn't even Joan's plan. The same machine that tricked Joan into attacking her is turning Kara into the monster Joan was warned about. This is the moment everything flips. Joan was never famous for her sword work. She's famous for noticing what other people miss. And right now she notices something strange. Kara, fully able to wipe out the siege line in one blast, drags it off course into an empty field instead. She's hurting herself to protect the people who tried to kill her. That is not what a monster does. Joan calls a retreat against her commander's wishes, because she trusts what she saw, more than the fear in her head. The truce barely holds, but it holds long enough for both women to find the real enemy. The warlord does not wait once he's found. His forces hit from 2 directions. Ground troops storm Joan's lines. A wave of enhanced fighters rises to meet Kara in the sky. This time, both women are finally fighting the right fight. Joan leads her army the same way she always has, using the ground, the terrain, and the discipline she earned long ago. Her soldiers don't need convincing anymore. They already watched her hold the line against something stronger than anything they've ever faced. Kara takes the sky, and for the first time since landing in this century, she gets to fight with her real strength instead of dodging traps that never worked. She clears the warlord's flyers in minutes. Then she drags the relic a mile past the city walls and burns it to slag, far from anyone it could poison again. It's over fast, because it was always going to be. The second, both women aimed at the same target instead of each other. Joan finds her standing alone in a scorched field outside the city she's about to become famous for saving. Neither one braces for an attack anymore. There's no easy way to say sorry for a siege's worth of traps, so Joan doesn't try. She tears a strip off her own banner, the one her soldiers already treat like a holy object, and hands it over. A true warrior, she says, isn't measured by where she came from. She's measured by who she keeps choosing to protect, even when they fear her for it. Kara doesn't have an answer for that. She doesn't need one. The rift opens again, minutes later, pulling her back toward her own time. She steps through it, holding a torn piece of cloth, about to become one of the most famous battle flags in French history, for reasons nobody on that field will ever explain. If you want to see which legend gets pulled through time next, subscribe and drop your matchup in the comments.